Tonight on KGW News, river rescues. The Coast Guard rushes to save 5 people from rising floodwaters. Plus,
here it goes. The road's going.
Where slides and swollen rivers have cut off travel around the area. Then, Gresham firefighters square off with city leaders demanding better conditions.
We are heartbroken, disappointed, and yes, angry. We are no longer going to be silent.
Why they say they're being put in danger not while fighting fires, but inside their own stations. And later,
it was a shock and super traumatizing.
The mysterious man accused of macing and threatening dog owners at a Portland park. Thanks for joining us on KGW News. I'm China Green alongside Matt Zaffino. Let's get a first look at where we stand with rainfall and what's still to come, Matt.
Oh, China, it's raining hard out there, and there is still quite a bit more to come. But the good news is our connection to the tropics with our current atmospheric river has been broken. So this will eventually settle down. But we got heavy rain east of I-5 right now. It's been raining hard in the Portland area pretty much all evening, and a good batch of very heavy rain to the east of Salem right now, and more out along the coast. So we are not done. The rain has been coming down steadily and heavily. We're up to 1.41 inches here at the Portland airport. Most places over an inch. Look at that, 1.68 up at Scappoose. But if you really love rain, the Coast Range and the North Coast, the place to be. Tillamook closing in on 4 inches in the last 23 hours, because this is since midnight last night. So really impressive rainfall totals. And if you look at the 48-hour, 72-hour totals, we're in double-digit rainfall areas in some parts of the Northwest in the mountains here. Okay, we've got flood warnings up. This is for the Nehalem River dumping into Manzanita. This is for the Wilson River and the Trask River, both of which, 2 of the 5 rivers that dump into the Tillamook Bay, also under flood warnings, and they vary on their expiration times. You see the Nehalem River is not going to go down below flood stage until tomorrow night. 6:17 is the forecast there. And then this is for the Siletz River down near Newport. That should drop below flood stage earlier, about 5-6 a.m. So lots of flood warnings here in Oregon. Western Washington, even more. Each one of these green areas is a flood warning for an individual river, and there are several, as you can see. Now, overall, we've got a flood advisory up, not just for the individual rivers, but for all areas in the highlighted area, including the Metro Portland area. I can tell you, driving on I-5, man, there's a major standing water on the road, so be careful with that. We also have a high surf advisory on the southern Oregon coast. So the heavy rain continues tonight, heaviest on the north coast. Rivers still rising. They'll begin to drop off tomorrow, but it'll vary from river to river. More rain Thursday, but not as heavy, and we begin to get some mountain snow. So some good news in the long-range forecast, China. But again, it's going to be a very rainy night and a very rainy morning, including the commute. Back to you.
Matt, thank you. And one of the most dramatic moments we saw today was a rescue along the flooded Grays River in southwest Washington. The Coast Guard was called in to save a woman whose vehicle got stuck in rising floodwaters. This happened late this morning near Roseburg, Washington in Wahkiakum County. A neighbor who shot this video said the woman was driving on a flooded road when the rising river swept her Jeep away. The driver climbed onto the roof and waited until the Coast Guard chopper arrived from Astoria. A rescuer is able to harness her in and fly her away to safety. The crew rescued 4 others in the area who were stranded by floodwaters. All are in stable condition tonight. The Grays River tonight is back in minor flood stage, but there's more rain on the way, of course. And the Wilson River in Tillamook County is still in moderate flood stage right now. Here's a look at the water levels from around 6 tonight. This has closed Highway 6 heading into Tillamook. Schools are also closed in Tillamook and Neocony for tomorrow. We talked to residents at an RV park nearby who told us conditions changed quickly today.
Right about the base of the tree line when I left this morning, 2 hours time, it's boom, it's up. So we're just trying to, I didn't expect for it to rise this quickly.
Further north on Highway 101 in Seaside, it's looking better than this shot from daylight today. The road is open right now, but high water is covering the sides of the road, so ODOT is telling drivers to be cautious. Another highway closed tonight because of water running underneath it has started to erode the pavement. This is SR 503 near Cougar, Washington in the Mount St. Helens area. You can see there's a chunk of the road gone and the ground underneath it is sliding away. Transportation officials will get back in during daylight tomorrow to assess the damage there. And we have first-hand video showing the road collapsing as well. We'll have that for you just ahead. And a landslide has shut down Amtrak service between Portland and Seattle. It's canceled through tomorrow night. The slide is blocking part of the tracks north of Vancouver. We talked to passengers who still made it to Portland tonight, just in a different way.
I was pretty much on time for the most part. I think I'm about 30 minutes late, and it was a comfortable ride and worked out okay.
Service is expected to resume by Thursday morning. Trains running between Portland and Eugene are not affected. And beware if your plans later this week take you out to some parks or forest areas. This shot shows fallen trees on a trail in the gorge. Officials in that area say that they're seeing flooding and landslides as well. A few state parks are also closed tonight due to that flooding. That includes Cape Lookout and Sunset Bay Parks on the coast and Willamette Mission State Park in Salem. And high water has become dangerous in the metro area as well. Officials confirmed one man died after being swept away in Johnson Creek. Our Blair Best found out today that the victim was living in a homeless camp near the water.
Along the Johnson Creek, tucked under a southeast Portland overpass, Kenny fights to stay dry.
We're all just out here trying to survive, just like everybody else.
And the rain only makes it more dangerous. He's staying at a camp just feet from a rising creek.
I don't know if he's trying to cross the creek or what.
Early Monday morning, Kenny's friend fell in.
Yeah, he's struggling. He had asthma really bad, so he couldn't breathe. Me and my buddy chased him all the way down to almost to Milwaukee. Followed him alongside the creek, and we couldn't catch him.
Rescue crews recovered his body later that day.
He's my best friend. I don't know, how would you feel if you watched your best friend go in the water and no one couldn't do anything about it?
Now, during these types of weather events, law enforcement warns homeless people of the dangers that can come with them. Several times a week, the Multnomah County Sheriff's Department targets floodplain areas like here off the Sandy River Delta, where a large homeless camp hides in the woods. They encourage those living there to move their sites away from the riverbanks.
We just never know when a surge is going to come through and grab somebody and make it a real dangerous situation and cause a response.
And the secluded camps along the water are tough for rescue teams to get to.
They're hidden. They're not necessarily in our view. So we don't know if we're able to reach everybody, but we certainly make an attempt to try to educate all populations as to the dangers of what's going on in our waterways right now.
Even for people like Kenny, who's seen the risks firsthand,
At least he's in a better place now.
he doesn't believe moving will keep him safe.
It don't really matter where you camp, they're just going to kick you out anyways.
Blair Best, KGW News.
We have some breaking news now out of northeast Portland. A pedestrian has been hit and killed by a car. This was on 122nd Avenue near Gleason. Police found the person dead on the scene. They aren't releasing any more information at this point, and it's not clear if the driver remained at the scene. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more. Now to an update on the off-duty pilot accused of trying to bring down an Alaska Airlines flight over Oregon. He will no longer face charges of attempted murder. Instead, a Multnomah County grand jury indicted Joseph Emerson on less serious charges. Those include one charge of endangering an aircraft and 83 counts of recklessly endangering another person. The incident happened back on October 22nd. Emerson was off duty but was riding in the cockpit on a flight from Everett to San Francisco. Authorities say he tried to cut the plane's engines and had to be restrained while the pilots in command made an emergency landing in Portland. Emerson's defense team said that he had no criminal intent and thought that he was dreaming at the time. He also told police after his arrest that he was a nervous breakdown. The reduced charges mean that he could be released from jail this week. Now to was just a truly horrifying story. A 6-year-old boy was killed today in a dog attack. It happened in northeast Portland. Police tell us the boy's grandmother dropped him off at home on northeast 112th Avenue. The homeowner, who's a friend of hers, often takes the child to school. But today, when he opened the garage where the 2 dogs were, they attacked. The dogs are very large Great Dane Mastiff mixes. The boy's grandmother tried to stop them and was hurt herself. Tonight, the dogs are in custody of the Multnomah County Animal Services. Investigators have not said yet if their owner will face criminal charges. Tonight, park goers in Portland's Laurelhurst Park are worried about a strange man that they say has been threatening to mace them and their dogs. And one woman tells us that she was actually attacked. Anna Kudek says a man in his 30s or 40s approached her and her dog Tuesday morning. They were passing by each other when she heard a man yell at her, saying the park was his, and if the dog got near him, he would mace them. So she continued to walk the opposite direction. But the man followed her, shined a flashlight in her face, and hit her with mace.
After it happened, I was in a lot of shock. And I was, honestly, it sounds extreme, but I was really fearing for my life in that moment. I really am grateful that nothing worse happened because I really thought that this was leading further. I thought it was going to lead to a physical assault beyond this assault.
And she's not alone. Several other people on the Nextdoor app also posted their experiences and believe it's the same man. Portland police confirmed with KGW they received the mace report and checked the park, but they did not find anyone matching that description. Portland Parks say that they are aware of these reports as well and add park rangers will be making additional visits to the area while working with Portland police. 10,000 more Oregonians have a chance to get their driver's license back. The Oregon governor today issued an order that forgives unpaid traffic fines that kept from getting their license. So the state legislature passed a law 3 years ago that says driver's license can no longer be suspended if a person is unable to pay traffic violation fines. Today's order helps people who had suspensions on the record from before that. In a statement, Governor Tina Kotek said, for families who are already struggling to make ends meet, these orders seek to remove one more barrier to financial stability. This only applies to minor traffic violations, not to drivers who commit crimes. You're watching KGW News, and straight ahead, the local